Hi, I'm Aisha. You are watching Educational Hub. It's smart to pay for your college education with scholarship money. However, what scholarships are and how they operate is a source of confusion for many students. How's the scholarship going to be awarded? What is it that you can use the scholarship money for? How's there a scholarship you can get? We'll be glad to help if you have any such questions. So, first we need to understand, what is a scholarship? The scholarships are grants to assist students in paying their studies at university or college level. Sometimes a scholarship comes in the form of a one-time payment. Additional scholarships shall be renewable every semester or school year, giving money to the student. These grants are different from student loans because they do not need to be repaid. So, to answer a question we often hear, you do not have to pay it back if you get a scholarship. The money can be sent directly to students in the form of a check. The money is used for the student's school, in other cases. When that happens, the student would pay the school for the difference in any money owed for tuition, fees, room, and board. The excess money will be repaid to the student if it is sufficient to pay for direct education costs by means of scholarships or other forms of aid. There are mainly two types of scholarships, and they are explained in this video. 1. Merit scholarships. These types of scholarships where academic scores, community work or extracurricular achievements like high test scores, athletic or artistic excellence or even community service are highly rewarded. Students are usually required to meet specific criteria based on the scholarship itself. 2. Need-based scholarships. Need-based scholarships are usually sought when one has financial needs and cannot pay for their education without help. Family income, assets and banking data and details are some of the factors considered. These scholarships provide financial aid for students. Sometime we think, why is a scholarship important? When a student leaves high school or after graduation, education is one of the most important things a person needs. In their preferred universities, students start to seek additional educational opportunities as well as financial assistance. Scholarships help students in different ways, which is why they are the most appropriate type of financial aid. You don't need to pay off the scholarship like you do with education loans. 1. Saves you from debt. The high interest rates on education loans are notorious. This means that graduates are still in debt at the end of their studies. The debt discourages students from making the kind of life choices they wish to make, in some ways holding them back. Scholarships are useful in that regard. As they are not subject to repayment of the grant, recipients can be debt-free because some grants pay for housing and tuition. 2. Improves performance. The student doesn't think about debt because he's got a scholarship. This helps them to concentrate on academics and all the activities they care about. In return, many students are under pressure to repay loans and debts, which in turn prevents them from being able to do the things that they need to. They then drop out or fail a significant number of courses. 3. Gives you a career advantage. This helps your resume when you're awarded a scholarship. A scholarship is an award that provides you with the qualities to succeed in your next employer's eyes, which will help you obtain superior opportunities as a proportion of students are only given scholarships. Next question is, how to find scholarships? How effective scholarships can be. It's obvious. Well, how do you figure this out? Scholarships can be found at a lot of places. That's from your college to your career network. You can find scholarships from a variety of sources. 1. Guidance office at high school. 2. Online scholarship search engines. 3. College and university financial aid offices. 4. Associations of professionals in your field. 5. Community organizations, clubs, businesses, local foundations. How to get a scholarship. One of the most important things for a student is to get a scholarship, which usually covers accommodation, tuition, airfares, and even a maintenance fee each week. This means that students can concentrate on their studies and social life, but the question remains: how do you get a scholarship? 1. Know where to look. When you start applying for a scholarship, the first thing to do is go to the websites of the universities you want to apply to. Many universities have scholarships, which can easily be found on their websites. As you are checking your university's websites, you can also check websites like internationalscholarships.com or fastweb.com for scholarships according to your requirements, your location, or even your financial situation. 2. Prepare in advance. If you need a good scholarship, it is recommended to start preparing in advance. This is extremely important as some universities conduct scholarship weekends for selected students to come and be interviewed by the faculty to see if they will fit their university or college. Treating this as any other formal interview is recommended when you attend a formal interview. Dressing in formal attire is highly recommended and advised. 3. Work hard and stay motivated. As some scholarships are need-based more than merit-based, and sometimes they are both, it is advised to keep your performance up to the mark and not get demotivated in case of a certain defeat. It is known that merit-based scholarships are awarded to the candidate with the highest ratings and marks, so keeping your marks up is highly recommended. As you push yourself towards academic excellence, it is important not to get exhausted and to stay calm in every situation. 4. Make yourself stand out from other applicants. The scholarship you might apply for will get hundreds or even thousands of applications. One can easily be on the same level as most candidates, so taking up leadership positions and being a team player is highly recommended. These qualities are highly valued, and one will get bonus points. 5. Submit an exceptional scholarship essay or cover letter. As this goes without saying, the scholarship essay should be of the best quality and should be formatted correctly. The essay should grab the reader's attention and make them stay focused. There should be no grammatical or spelling errors, as this will instantly ruin all your work. Where do scholarships come from? Scholarships are awarded by various sources including clubs, organizations, charities, foundations, companies, universities, governments, and individuals. These scholarships may be funded on the basis of merit, need, or combination, and will allow you to pursue your studies at no significant financial cost. A merit-based scholarship shall be awarded on the basis of your academic or activity achievements, including outstanding grades, test scores, athletic and artistic success, as well as community service. These scholarships reward and encourage excellence and usually require students to meet specific eligibility criteria to be considered. Conversely, the need-basis scholarships will be given according to your funding needs. Consequently, the eligibility decision takes account of factors such as your family income, assets, and other circumstances that might influence how much you can afford to attend college. What are the main sources of scholarships and grants? College applicants can avail themselves of 5 main types of financial aid. With regard to the percentage of all grants and scholarships, which come from any one source, we shall list and discuss: 1. Federal aid. 2. 47% of all financial assistance grants and scholarships by the state. 3. 8% of all financial support scholarships and grants from colleges. 4. 35% of the budget for assistance. Private scholarships. 5. 10% of all financial support. What can a scholarship mean to a student? A scholarship is useful for a person because it allows them to study before they leave school, so that they can pursue their academic and professional goals. They're able to alter the way in which people live, particularly if they don't come from a wealthy background. If you win a meritocratic scholarship, you'll feel like you're responsible for keeping your grades up to keep up with your scholarship, which in return will help you get good grades and find better career opportunities. You are also covered financially by scholarships, helping the student to pay housing costs and school fees or basic expenses. Scholarships make it easier for students to focus on learning instead of worrying about money or student loans later, since they will not have to pay them back at all. How do scholarships work? Scholarships can differ in many ways. If it is a private scholarship, the money will be directly deposited into the student's account. In contrast, some scholarships may send the money to the school, where they deduct money as required for tuition fees and housing or food plans if one lives on the campus. If you ever have scholarship money left at the end of your degree, the money is sent to you in the form of a check. Sometimes scholarships are not just awarded in the form of money, but instead, the tuition fees or housing costs are waived. Some scholarships even reimburse the costs of stationery and other academic expenses. What are the requirements for scholarships? There are many documents needed to apply for a scholarship. It is highly recommended that you make multiple copies of your documents and make designated folders so you can easily use the documents when needed. 1. Certificates of your previous education, first degree, school leaving exams, etc. 2. Letters of recommendation, work, academic. 3. Language certificate, for example, TOEFL, IELTS. 4. Motivation letter. 5. Resume. 6. You sometimes need to provide examples of your past work, an essay, etc. Where should I spend my scholarship money? Scholarship providers have strict guidelines on how to spend money. However, there are many open-ended scholarships where the money gets deposited directly into your account. Not spending money on concert tickets or leisure activities is highly recommended. 1. Tuition. Many scholarships will give a student money for tuition fees, which usually takes the most money and can't be afforded by many. It is recommended to put tuition on priority when one gets their funds. 2. Room and board. Some scholarships even pay for your room and board. You can opt to pay for the room and board when you get into the university accommodation, and you can also opt for the meal plans. 3. Education expenses. Students also require funds for educational expenses like books and textbooks. Students can also opt for laptops, tablets and other peripherals for educational purposes. 4. Living expenses. If a student lives off campus, this money can go into rent and groceries. This also covers their transportation expenses and healthcare expenses. One should always consult their scholarship guidelines to see if they cover the things mentioned above. How are scholarships awarded? Who can qualify for them? Scholarships aren't awarded just to students with a 4 GPA. Each scholarship has its own criteria. For example, some scholarships are awarded based on need. For others, you must be a member of an organization, studying a specific field, an exceptional athlete, or fit whatever guidelines the group awarding the money decides upon. Regardless of whether you excel in academics or sports, you should be able to find several scholarships that work for you. There are even scholarships intended for students living in a particular state or town. In addition, you can continue to apply for scholarships during your collegiate years up to your PhD studies. Who can apply for scholarships? Scholarships are available to high school students, current college students, and even adults returning to school. Each scholarship has its own set of eligibility requirements, so it's essential to research and read the guidelines carefully before applying. When should I start applying for scholarships? It's never too early to start researching and applying for scholarships. Many scholarships are available to high school students in their junior and senior years, but some are also open to younger students. It's a good idea to begin your search early and create a calendar to track application deadlines. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe my channel for more informative videos.